Hello guys, my name is Lade Lois. I'm a jewelry designer. I'm the founder and creative director of Lois Regalia, and I'm here offloading with HoBeei. So I was nominated in the category of Entrepreneur of the Year, and the nomination meant a lot to me, and it still does. It means a lot to me till now. I have the award framed, so it means a lot to me because it just really, for me, it shows my contribution in the industry. It wasn't just a nomination for me, it was also to show my dedication. It was also something that it still motivates me till now to like keep striving for excellence, because up until the nomination, I didn't really know much about TFA. But when I saw the nomination, and my friends were like, "Are you serious? You don't know this? You don't know TFA?" I didn't know it was even a prestigious. My friends were like, this is huge, Lade." And because I can be very stoic about things. It takes me a while to process things. So I'm not sure I really processed it well until as time passed by, I started to really process it. And it's like, wow, I really got nominated. Like, I felt so seen. I basically felt so seen. It also really made me feel like people are watching, because up until that time too, I do a lot of things. When I work, I don't do things with the awareness of, oh, people are watching me. That's the last thing on my mind. I'm usually more focused on how can I achieve my goals? How can I do this? How can I do that? So the nomination just really meant a lot to me, because it really made me feel seen. It was reassuring that, yeah, I'm really on the right path. I'm doing something, and what I'm doing seems to be working, and these people actually notice my effort and my dedication to my craft. Since the nomination of the TFA award, I believe we've really made significant progress, because we've been able to, that was 2022, from 2022 to now, we've expanded into other markets. We've expanded into UK, France, and America. So we have this third marketplace where we also make sales, and being able to tap into other regions. Although we are hoping to do more of that this year, especially since the rise of dollar. This is the time to tap more into foreign currency. Yeah, and also we've won other grants like Badia and Tony Elumelu award anyway. So we won that earlier this year. That was a blessing, I would say. I think every entrepreneur would know that free money for your business, the best thing that could happen to you. We've also been able to increase our sales to over 50% of what we usually do. And I think that's also great. That's a huge progress for us, and expanded my team as well. Before the TFA award, so it's a very small team. In fact, I was doing a lot of things on my own. And most of the people who were working with me were like contract staffs. Maybe I need to do something, or a collection, you hire someone for a while, and once you're done with the project. But right now I have a team. So we've really expanded our team also, which is why I'm very relaxed like this, because I don't have to do so much on my own. Yeah, so we've also, earlier this year for International Women's Day, we had a free jewelry masterclass. It was a beginner's masterclass, but it was free. These are things you pay for, but for International Women's Day, to acknowledge the women in our community, to give back to the women in our community, because I love women so much. I feel like they're freaking amazing, and so that was our way of giving back to the society. We had this workshop and invited a few women and connected, networked, ate, drink, and we had a few business women also, so we were able to also talk about businesses and form new collaborations. Also, we've also had a few collaborations. Like last year for Lagos Fashion Week, we collaborated with a knitwear brand called Fruche. Yeah, so we showcased our jewelry on the runway. And this year for London Fashion Week, we collaborated with Bayo Orange Culture, founded by the Bayo Kelawal Orange Culture. So we collaborated with them during London Fashion Week. So we also had a few of our pieces showcased. These are baby steps, but like significant moves. Some of it, and there are also some that are huge for me. I'm not even going to be stoic about it. Like, they are huge for me because I think about it sometimes, and I'm very impressed with myself that wow, I'm actually doing this. That's amazing. But yeah, we also moved into a new showroom. Yeah, since that time. I was living in a very, a smaller space where I also worked from. I can feel and see the progress. And now we also have more clarity compared to what or how we used to operate back then. Since the nomination, right now I have a sense of clarity for the brand. We know exactly what we need to do and when we need to do it. Sometimes, maybe, probably not most of the time, but no, most of the time we actually know what we need to do and how we need to do it. Yeah, a sense of clarity, and also expanded our community. Back then I think we probably had about 3,000 followers or so, but right now we almost have about 6,000 followers, so we've also been able to expand. So I think that's also great. We also have our personal website, so you can check us out on loisregalia.com, www.loisregalia.com. You can buy all our beautiful pieces, manila bracelets and rings. Everything you see on me, you can get it on the website. And even whatever you see on me right now that you can't find on the website, there probably maybe customized orders. You can send a DM to Lois Regalia and we'll attend to you. Let us know what you want. If it can be made, we'll make it. I like money. So what inspired Lois Regalia? It wasn't particularly one event. It was a series of different things. I think I love to call it divine orchestration because I remember growing up, I used to have this very beautiful woman as my neighbor, intelligent. She was a teacher. We call her Agape. Still one of my core memories. I remember Agape would have us kids under the moonlight at night and share folklores with us, tell us stories about tortoise and how tortoise did this, did that, talk about the Lion King. And I think somewhere along the line as well, I started to find myself, maybe get more expressive or try to express myself with different creative medium. But I'm not sure. I didn't think that was what I was also trying to do. I began to write stories. I was in press club as a young child. I also was a theater art student at some point. I did mass communication, all of this series of events. I used to be a model as well, and I used to be a writer. I used to be a blogger. So I write a lot. I had a website and I write fashion articles. I write a couple of things. I write stories. I wanted to act. I write songs. I write a lot of things. Lois Regalia was born out of my love for storytelling and the transformative power of jewelry. So when I say transformative power of jewelry, what I meant is I love the idea, or I love how a piece of jewelry can transform a single look from a 10 to 100. Without these pieces, I'm probably going to look bleh. And but all this is the spice. It spices out. I love how pieces or jewelry spices up a person's look, and jewelry adds this personal touch or how you can express yourself. We can both have pieces of jewelry and accessorize in different ways and choose to express ourselves the way we would like to. Mine would definitely be different from the way you would want to accessorize yourself. So Lois Regalia is inspired by my African heritage, my love for storytelling, nature, emotions, and journey through lives in general. I would say I am also inspired by existential experiences, but that might seem a bit too deep, so let me say life's journey in general. And the reason I say this is I'm an African child, and I believe that as an African child there is no way I'm going to touch down on my inspiration without sharing it from the narrative of an African child. I would always share my narrative. If I choose to use joy as a subject and I'm going to create pieces around emotions like joy, happiness, sadness, anger, these pieces, no matter what I do, is going to be told from the perspective of a girl that grew up in Lagos, of a girl that grew up in Oshodi, because that's my identity, that's who I am. So, and these are the things that inspire my pieces. How do I practice a sustainable lifestyle? I think it's already a part of my day-to-day or daily life. The way my mother raised me, my mom will always say something, you don't take more than you can finish. whatever you wear that you think you don't like anymore, an outfit you think you're not feeling anymore right now, is someone else's favorite outfit. So you have to always think about those days and, just have the less privilege in mind when you're doing something. Just be conscious of the fact that there are people that want the life you have right now. So you might think, oh, certain outfits are like a step down for me. I can't wear it anymore. So I have this idea of giving out clothes that I can use. Once I have an apparel or an item in my wardrobe for over 6 months and I've never worn it, I just know I'm not going to wear it. I might be holding on to it for sentimental purposes, but usually I know that this thing has been here for like over 8 months, so like I give it out. Although there are times that after giving it out, then I realize that, oh shoot, I shouldn't have. I really needed this. But I just always give it out. I also don't like having things clustering my wardrobe, and I like seeing space. I like seeing things. It makes it easier for me to function. I don't like a clustered environment. So that's also one of the ways I practice sustainability. Foods too. I actually give out foods a lot. I don't waste food. Anybody that's ever visited me would know that. My friends would always, even if it's a spoon of rice, you have to finish it. So I don't waste food. I recycle plastics a lot, and my ever bottles, I have a woman opposite me that recycles, so I gather them and give it to her. I think she sells it, but I give it to her. And I don't like throwing things on the floor, no matter where I am. I probably put it in my bag, or when I get a waste bin, I dispose it. It's just one of my aches. I don't know how to like dispose things. So I guess those are also one of the ways I practice sustainability. And for my business, I practice sustainability by using degradable materials, recyclable materials. We use carton boxes to pack cartons and canvas material to pack. We also have these drawstrings, very cute little drawstrings that we use to pack our items. I like the idea of using boxes, the way fancy boxes like Tiffany & Co. would probably do, or like those other brands, which is pretty cool. I think it's pretty. But for us, I like functional pieces. I like pieces that they are reusable. I have jewelry boxes in my wardrobe that I don't really use them. I don't find so much usage for it other than to put my jewelry in it. And most times, once I take out those pieces, probably might not return it to the same carton. Yeah, so for us, we use these drawstrings because they are very functional. You can use them for different purposes. You can put your little power bank in it. You can put your keys. You can even put your jewelry. In my bag right now, I have a Lois Regalia drawstrings there. So what I do is, in every bag, I always have jewelry in it because sometimes I'm rushing out, so I don't feel very empty. Because to me, jewelry is also like a replacement of makeup. I'm really good without makeup as long as I have my accessories on. So yeah, I put my jewelry in those bags. So any bag I take out, there is a pouch in it and I have jewelries in it. So it's just a way to also organize your life. You can use it for so many things. And for the cartons as well, because they are recyclable, they are recycled materials, and you can put anything in the carton. I really don't dispose my cartons. And also I have customers that send me pictures of their drawstrings. I have customers or even friends that have multiple Lois Regalia pouches in their house because you can wash them and reuse them. They are beige colors, so it can get stained or dirty, so you wash it and reuse it. I'll send you one of the images actually, so you see. So it's very cute when I get customers send this to me that, oh God, look at your pouch, it's so cute, where did you get it, how can I do this, how can I use it, and things like that. I really think they're very cute. It makes me happy that people find multiple purposes for the strings or for the packaging. So it goes beyond just ordering a piece of Lois Regalia, and presentation is very important to me. But as much as presentation is important, I think functionality is also important. I think I like to think about aesthetics, but I also like to think about how functional are these designs, how functional are these aesthetics. So I like things that can be used in multiple ways, basically. So I also think that's also part of how we practice sustainability and in the business, creating functional pieces and packaging for customers. What do I do when I'm stressed? So I have this cute little toolbox. I call it my toolbox because whenever I feel certain emotions, I go back to those things that I've probably done in the past that made me feel better. I love healthy ways of coping with things. So for me, when I'm stressed, I meditate. So even before I start to get stressed, I meditate probably 3 or 4 times in a week. Me on a minimal, I think 3 or 4 times, but most times I go more than 3 or 4 times. I probably meditate every day. After my prayers, I do my morning meditation, then I do Pilates or yoga, workouts, things like that. So I start with a slow morning, wake up very early, like 6 o'clock sometimes. After my prayers, I start my meditation for like 20 minutes, then do my yoga, make oats, then start my day. And the reason I do this is because I realized back in the days, one of the things that really didn't help me, and when I had my burnout, or when I had, not mine, when I had serious burnout, I would just wake up, get up from bed, have my bath, go to work, or maybe even not even just get up from bed and start working, sleep back, get it just same routine, and it was very repressing and depressing because it really made me feel sad. It made me feel sad. So, but since I started to prioritize myself as the business owner, because I also got to understand that the business will always be fine, but I need to be fine, and if I'm fine, I can like pour more into the business, you know. I danced a lot before this because I wanted to prepare myself for this interview. I thought it was going to exhaust me, but actually it didn't. It didn't. Thank you, Miriam. So, yeah, those are the things I do. Then apart from my meditation, I also spend time with my friends. I love the power, or I love how you can rely on a community, the right community, how you can share your burden with your friends. So I wouldn't call a lot of people around me my friends. I would probably refer to them as my acquaintance. But I have people I call my friends because I protect my circle a lot because I love loyalty. So I'm the kind of person that will probably go out a whole lot for a person. And I really expect that from you in return. Yeah, so I rely on my friends. I reach out to my friends, probably call them and rant when I'm feeling stressed out. I think I even called my friend this morning after my aerobics. Then when I'm really stressed, I just sleep a lot, like eat and sleep. I don't really watch movies like that, so. Okay, something people don't know about me that I wish they did is that I'm deeply passionate about storytelling. I really love telling a good story. I love expressing myself. I used to think I wasn't very expressive and that's because I don't share much. I might be feeling certain things or might not be okay with certain things, but I tend to maybe keep quiet. And that's also, sometimes I give people grace a lot, so I process things internally. There are people that probably process things externally. They talk about how they feel, but I like to process things internally first before I start to like maybe share. So yeah, I'm passionate about storytelling. I love sharing my ideas, what goes on in my head with the world. So that's one of the things I wish people know about me. But I think people do. And I'm really funny. Yeah, you've been laughing since morning. Help me out here.
Crack a joke.
Yeah, people are not going to pay me. I don't crack jokes for people that won't pay me. I said I like money. I thought I was joking.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm really shy as well. I'm actually shy. I know, you can't relate, right? I'm actually shy. That's one thing people don't know about me. I'm actually shy, but people don't know. Current challenges right now for me as a creative entrepreneur, a jewelry designer. The current challenges I would say I face right now is resources. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I knew that my challenge wasn't money. Because I had the money, but I knew that if I had the money, there were things I had yet to figure out, not 2 years, 3 years back, that I needed to figure out. So when I have the money or the resources, then I know how to like put them out. So, but right now, I would say the challenges for me are resources, financial capital. Capital is very, very important because as a business tends to grow, you need more capital to like disburse and also put into projects to keep things running, production, rent for studio, salary, talent maintenance, marketing. So yeah, financial resources definitely is one of the huge challenges. It makes running a business in Nigeria very, very stressful because there are very little grants and also very little for women as well. And also, loaning system. It's really stressful to get a loan in Nigeria, especially as a business person. You probably have to bring your life and like let them. They'll ask you for so much at the end of the day. You probably have to, So, but I don't blame them also because I know that people get loans and not pay and all of these things. So yeah, these are one of the benefits I think you probably have running a business outside the country. Their access to loan, but here they're really, people tell you their access to loan, but by the time you hear the things they ask you to pay back, it's as good as not having access to loan actually. So I think zero access or little access to loan, I would say. Resources and also training. So when I say training, I mean, for me, what I do is not tailoring. It's not fashion designing that there are multiple tailors in the market. So it's very tricky and it's a whole lot harder at getting talents that can make specific designs for me that also meets the standard I would like to, because we already have a standard we always try to maintain or even exceed if possible. Our standards are usually European standards. Something you can buy in Europe, something you can buy in America. So it's that good. Even I've gotten jewelry from brands outside the country that I'm not even going to get into it. And I'm like, what is this guy? So yeah, just getting the right talent to make the right pieces and, just putting that craftsmanship, that excellence. I think that's the word, excellence. But right now, I can speak from my experience in this part of the world that it's so difficult to get the right person. And when you do get them to put in excellence into their work, it's stressful. It's very stressful. So that's one of the things, or a few of the challenges I would say we face. Talents, financial capitals, and tools as well. Because some of these tools you also need to use to create certain pieces, to create certain products are also really very expensive. We are also bridging, or we've been able to bridge some of these things because I've also learned that sometimes you have to move slow to be able to like maybe move further. I don't know if that makes so much sense, because there are times you feel like you need certain things, but because you didn't get it, but you got something else, then along the line you actually realize that wasn't actually what I needed at that time. This is actually what I need to like move into the next stage. So yeah, I'm not even complaining. I'm in Nigeria, we make it work. We don't complain. An opinion I hold that is contrary to popular belief, or I believe might be contrary to what people believe right now or these days, is like they're always working and always hustling. I believe that we should be able to create a balance between working and resting. You don't have to always work. And I can relate with this because I'm a very hardworking person. And I think that's one thing, if you call maybe 10 of my friends to tell you, I'm sure 10 people will tell you that Lade is very hardworking. And at some point it got to me because I'm like, I don't want to be attached to it. That's not what I want people to know me for. I don't want you to say, oh, she's a hardworking. No, say she's a soft babe. Lade is always chilling. That's what I want. But anyway, for me, and the reason I think this is, I don't even think we need to be operating in this is because I was really operating in, I believe I still work really hard anyway, but I was really working, and I believe I was really operating in my masculine energy. And the reason I said this is because that period of my life, or around that period, during that season, till now, I still can relate with a lot of men because it really gave me a fresh perspective to how, I remember one day I was telling my friend that, damn, it must be so difficult to be a man because nobody gives you anything. And that was just me really operating in my masculine energy. I wasn't even looking or talking or asking. I never ask people for things. It is when I need to do something, how do I do it? So I was really capitalizing on my brain power way too much. Always using my head, always using my brain, always thinking. How can I make this work? How can I make this work? And it's really exhausting. So I really understood. I could empathize with men on how or why men always want to like feel or be acknowledged for certain things, because I mean, if I work that hard every time, you better acknowledge me. So it really made me feel like it must be very stressful to be a man. It must be very stressful to be a man, because if you look at it these days, You can be out there and even a man will see you and say, oh, you look so pretty. Where are you going to? Can I do this for you? And even you as a babe, you're like, no. But I don't think people walk up to men that way and say, oh, you look so this. Can I? Even men don't really like extend towards men like that. And I think men should extend more towards men. Because men do complain. And sometimes I'm like, but you're not doing it. You guys are not, you're not leading the parade, but you're complaining about it. Yeah, so it just really allows me to be more empathetic. Even with my team, my staffs, I'm generally a very empathetic person, I believe. So there are times I see some of my teammates and I'm like, you look stressed. Are you okay? Because I've also been through like my burnout process. So I could recognize it in a person when you're working too hard. I also believe that during this period, I made terrible decisions for my personal life because the harder I work, I tend to like pull back from people. I like recline into my own world, and the danger in this sometimes is you are in your own head way too much and you forget that your mind is not the reality of things. You know, you think that everything that goes in your mind is real, but no, it's not, because you've isolated yourself from the world. Yeah, so also you tend to like keep better relationships when you, not because you work less, but because you pay more attention to yourself. You pay more attention to what's happening inside within you, and you are a better person to yourself and to the world. So yeah, in general, I think hustling is nice. I mean, you might be listening to me right now and feel like, yeah, right. She can say it because she has money. I don't, and I'm not saying it because I have money. I'm saying it because I've experienced this, and that's not a way to live. So that's what I would say. Chill, babe. Relax. Relax. How do we declutter at Lois Regalia? So we declutter at Lois Regalia by giving out unused tools. I generally don't like the idea of holding on to things I'm not going to make use of, because I believe it's going to be important to someone else. So I'm not so sentimental. Although there's certain things personal from my personal wardrobe that I might hold on to for sentimental purposes. But for work, there are so many tools that I know that we don't use. We give it away, or sometimes there are certain tools we just keep for workshops. Tools we can't give away because we need them for workshops. We need them for charity purposes. We need them to like for trainings. Yeah, so we declutter by giving things away. Yeah, a misconception about what I do as a jewelry designer is that, so I don't make these pieces every time. I design. I'm not necessarily in the process of making. What I do is design. I conceptualize the idea and bring it together. I have my production team that come together and bring this idea to life. So I think people always assume that I'm like on the bench. That's called a bench work. I'm not a bench work. I'm not a bench work artist or like jewelry maker. I don't make. Can you imagine the process of making 800 pieces of jewelry? My tiny hands, that would kill me. So I don't do that. Although there are times I do some like work with some pearls myself, and that's also because probably I'm trying to conceptualize and think about how this design is going to work, how to bring them to life. Yeah, so I design, not make jewelry. Hey, walk, my sister. You don't say she not also. Work, because if you don't work, this same man will easy eye to see. Walk, man will show you Pepe.
Oh my God!
I'm
Please tell me
joking.
that was rude.
Hey! Was it? Hey!
Oh
So my life philosophy is something I usually call it: do to people as you would like it to be done with you. Or I'm not sure if that phrase is, yeah. But basically, I've seen people, or I've studied, and I realize that sometimes we treat people the way we wouldn't want to be treated. And if you flip it back to the same person that just treated you the same way, just turn things around, they're not going to have it or take it. So usually I'm like, whatever you are dishing out, make sure that it's something you can take yourself. And another thing is, because if you can't take it, I'm definitely going to give it to you with the shit out to me. Definitely, you can count on me. Yeah, so whatever you're dishing out, make sure it's something you can also like take in. Be kind to people. It's very, very important to be kind. Kindness can never be overrated. Be kind, be compassionate, be empathetic, and don't allow them to gaslight you, because they will try. Yeah, and work very hard, babes. Work. I'm not saying she also, but like work. It's very important as a lady to also like be financially independent, and I believe it's very important to be financially independent as a lady. So I think those are my life philosophies. Hello guys, my name is Lade Lois. I'm a jewelry designer, the creative director and founder of Lois Regalia, and I have just uploaded with HoBeei. So in the spirit of offloading with HoBeei, I'll be giving out a few of my favorite pieces, some that I've not worn for in ages, and some that are very, very special to me, but I know that it's time to part ways with these items because I won't wear them. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to start by giving out some jewelry from Lois Regalia. This is from a collection called Colors of Agape. So we launched this collection in, I think, 2022, and the purpose for this is to give the proceeds from the collection goes back to charity. And another thing we also did for the collection was teach children how to, we wanted to teach children how to make jewelry, but children, less privileged children actually. I wanted to empower kids on how to make jewelry. We go to schools, teach them jewelry making skill, beadwork, and things like that. So these are some of the pieces we launched for Colors of Agape. So when you buy this item, proceeds from it goes into charity. We provide food, tools, and just things for the kids in general. But these are some of the items left, and I'm going to be giving it out to HoBeei. I'm going to be offloading it, and I also believe that they would, you know, give it out for charity or whatever purpose. So I love this. This is very special to me. So another thing I really love. So painful. So this dress, this is like one of my favorite dresses. So I wore this for my CFA award. I wore this for the award nomination 2 years ago in 2022, and I also wore this particular dress for the Women in Africa end of the year party, something like that we did. Selected a few of us, gave us grants, we won grants and had this end of the year thing. So I also wore this particular dress. So this is a very sentimental dress, almost like my lucky dress, my award dress, something like that. Yeah, so I'm going to be giving it away, but I love it so much. But I'm happy to give it away, and I hope whoever gets this, it also serves as a lucky dress to you. This is a lace material I bought for my friend's wedding a very long time ago, and the reason I still have this is I don't wear it, to be honest, because number one, it's very expensive. At least as at then when I got it, it was expensive, and I bought it for myself with my money, so it's a sentimental piece for me. But the tailor destroyed it. Nigerian tailors destroyed it, so I really couldn't wear it. After my friend's wedding, I didn't enjoy it, but yeah, I held on to it for a very long time. But it's time to part ways with it. We all know I'm not going to wear it again. And a few more, but I don't want to waste your time. So you guys check out my HoBeei profile to see the rest of the pieces that I'm going to be giving away. Good luck to the winners.